Today we're making Brussels sprouts. They're super delicious, and if you don't think they're good, then you probably just never had them cooked properly. So I'm gonna show you how restaurants get them super crispy, and we're also gonna use a ton of maple syrup and pancetta, so it's gonna be sweet, salty, probably not that healthy, but whatever, it's gonna be delicious. So I have already here some Brussels sprouts with the end cut off and just cut in half. So I'm gonna finish these here. This is super easy. Just kind of get rid of the outside leaves that can be sort of dirty. What you really want to do is make sure that the Brussels sprouts are sort of all the same size as it's roasting anything, any other sort of vegetable. You kind of want everything to be the same size so that it cooks evenly. Jesus. We've got our Brussels sprouts here. All we're gonna do now is coat them with a little bit of olive oil and salt. So we're going with a couple tablespoons. Hit with a little salt. And really just toss them. All right, now we're gonna go to a 450 degree preheated oven where the baking sheet is already in there getting hot, and it's on the bottom rack, so it's super hot. This is gonna help like caramelize the bottom of the Brussels sprouts, get them nice and crispy. And yeah, here, go over here. This is not that clean, but it's fine. It's just got a lot of extra flavor on it. So we're gonna lay these on. You can hear them char already right off the bat. So this part kind of sucks, but you really want to put each one face down. Don't just toss them all on there. It'll be worth it in the end, I promise. Okay. Got them all ready to go. Pop them on the bottom rack, the hottest part of the oven. We're gonna check on them in 10 minutes. They'll probably need about 15, but we'll come back in a few. All right, now we're gonna heat up some pancetta. You could do this with bacon, you could do it with sausage, really any kind of salty pork is gonna go really good with these Brussels sprouts. But I like pancetta because it's kind of like, it's already cut up, it's ready to go, it's got a lot of fat, and it's just really delicious. So we're gonna take this and go ahead and throw it into a cold pan. The reason we're doing this is so that it can slowly heat up and render out all the fat and not burn this pancetta. So we'll put it on a medium heat, we'll let this get warmed up, we'll let the fat render out, and then we'll turn it off and wait for the Brussels sprouts to finish. It's been about 10 minutes. The pancetta has rendered out all of its fat. Let's take a look at the Brussels sprouts and see how we're doing. So 10 minutes at 450. Let's flip on over and see what we got. All right, not quite where we want it to be yet. So yeah, we're gonna go the full 15, pop them back in. Check back in 5. It's been about 5 more minutes. Let's take a look, see what we got. That is perfect right there. All right, so we're gonna flip all of these one by one. All right, we're gonna pop these in for about 5 more minutes, and we'll check on them. Make sure they're a little bit crispy on the other side too, and they should be done. All right, so our Brussels sprouts are done. It's been about 5 more minutes, so this only took about 20 minutes in total. We're gonna try one, make sure they're crispy. A little bit hot, so maybe I should wait a second. Perfect. So, this is where you take regular Brussels sprouts, which are delicious as they are here, take them to the next level. So, we got our pancetta here. We got our Brussels sprouts. We're just gonna throw them right in the pan with the rendered pancetta fat. Now, if you don't like your Brussels sprouts this crispy, don't put them in for that long. But the crispier the better in my opinion. So that's how we're doing it today. Okay, we got our Brussels sprouts in here. And this is really what takes it to the next level. We got a couple tablespoons of pure maple syrup. Not like that Aunt Jemima stuff, like this is like that good, that real Canadian maple syrup. Couple tablespoons in. Put this on a really low temp. We're just gonna toss these. Make sure everything's coated. And that is really it. So we're gonna get a plate. We're gonna get a little tight on this. All right. Well, that's really it. So here, if you can focus on this really close. You got super crispy outside, super tender on the inside, Brussels sprouts. You got crispy pancetta. You got the sweetness from the maple syrup. And now is where you taste it. If you think it needs to be a little bit sweeter, hit it with a little more maple syrup. If you think it needs a little bit more salt, add a little bit more salt. But yeah, let's see. Yeah. Perfect. You don't want to add too much salt in the beginning because the pancetta and the oil from the pancetta, the fat that runs out, is going to be super salty. So the salty sweet combo on this is perfect. Crispy, amazing, delicious. That's it. Maple syrup, Brussels sprouts with pancetta. There you go.